the word tribe had been coming up, and I'm not exactly sure why, but he said that humans by nature are tribal creatures. We are meant to collaborate. We are meant to be in close communities with others. And this not only ensures our survival, but also it allows us to thrive. We need other people to thrive in life. And the more I learn to trust in myself and the more we learn to trust in each other, we can form tribes where we truly feel supported. And I know that one of the biggest keys to all of that is
Welcome to the Becoming Sound podcast, where we dive into the tough stuff and try to find the humor in the hot mess of being an adult child. Join me as we peel back the layers on growing up in dysfunction, navigating substance abuse, mental health challenges, and everything in between.
everyone, and welcome back to the Becoming Sound podcast. I am Krista Zaft, your host, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. I want to talk a little bit about vulnerability and tribe because that seems to be coming up for me a lot this past couple weeks. And I wanted to just chat about it and give you a few insights into what's been going on for me. And so thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you chose to share a little piece of your day with me. I really appreciate it. So I was in a course a couple weeks ago to expand my coaching knowledge in the area of addiction and recovery coaching. And it's just a topic that I'm passionate about. And of course, I do other coaching as well. And I absolutely love to expand my brain. I love learning. I love taking courses. Honestly, I think if you let me, I would be a chronic student. I do love to connect with other people, and it really helps to build my confidence, not just for my podcast, but for, life in general and my business. And it really expands my understanding of other people and myself. And honestly, that's just the best goal ever. So I was really excited to participate in this and just learn. And as I was sitting in that course on the last day and I was just reflecting, I was feeling a little emotional. The course was, you got to put yourself out there. And, I got to spend the week with such an incredible group of amazing and incredibly empathetic people. And they are really all there because they have a deep desire to help people. And so I just absolutely love spending time in that kind of space, and I learned so much. So I was thinking about something the instructor had said, and it kind of hit me in the heart. And I had a little bit of an aha moment about parts of my journey, and just the word tribe had been coming up, and I'm not exactly sure why, but he said that humans by nature are tribal creatures. We are meant to collaborate. We are meant to be in close communities with others. And this not only ensures our survival, but also it allows us to thrive. We need other people to thrive in life. And it seems like lately the world is so just far removed from that, and we're always operating on this alone kind of model of the world and being independent and thinking that we have to do it all and be all ourselves. And so we get a lot of influences like that in our world today, whether it be political, religious, cultural. There's so many ways that we are being divided in today's world. And on a personal level, this also hit me because having grown up in a sometimes chaotic environment, I really thought I had to take on all those responsibilities myself. I thought I had to do and be everything myself and learn to take care of myself. And that was the programming. But I've carried that in my adult life, and I've been operating in this space of this, very hyper independent, thinking I had to do everything on my own. And also a bit of the people pleasing and making sure that everyone else is taken care of too, and that everyone else's needs are met. And one thing I realized after participating in this course is that I really had been operating in this like alone model of life for so long. And I know that there are so many other people operating in this same alone model. And especially when people are suffering in the throes of substance abuse, it really is the opposite of being in a tribe and cohabitating. So in the last few years, I've really been consciously creating a tribe for myself, and without even really realizing it, just surrounding myself with a community of people who lift me up, support me, who want to collaborate with me, and people that I really truly feel inspired by. And honestly, the course that I took, that was no exception. I felt truly connected with people there. I felt very seen and heard. And the takeaway was that I'm really not alone. And the more I learn to trust in myself, and the more we learn to trust in each other, we can form tribes where we truly feel supported. And I know that one of the biggest keys to all of that is allowing myself to be vulnerable. And that creates trust within myself. It really brings people together. The hardest day on that course was the first day. And I didn't know what to expect. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling anxious. And of course, the asshole that sometimes takes up residence in my brain started to feed me that self doubt, that dialogue about, you're not going to answer the questions right. Who the hell do you think you are kind of dialogue. And so that really creeps in when we're starting out something new, or we're in a space that doesn't feel familiar to us. And I always seem to think I always need a do-over for that first day because I'm so distracted by my lying brain, and I just allow my fears to take over. So my question to myself was, why does vulnerability feel so damn hard? Like, let's be real. Vulnerability sounds great on paper, but in real life, it can feel like you're standing naked in the middle of traffic during rush hour. I mean, it's the most uncomfortable place to be. For most of us, it's really tough just to sit there with it. So why is that? It's basically because our nervous systems are wired for protection and safety, not connection. Although we are wired for connection, I think our society and the way, you know, our experiences and what happens to us in life and everything that shapes us brings us further and further apart from that connection. And vulnerability, or sharing our truth, asking for help, being seen in our messiest moments, can trigger the same fight or flight response as actual danger. So, like, to get a little sciencey, the amygdala, or the fear center of your brain, doesn't know the difference between being chased by a bear or saying, I need support, or I'm not okay. So when you go to open up, your body might tense up, your heart might race, your palms might sweat, your brain screams, abort mission, abort mission. At least mine does. And I definitely felt and witnessed this while participating in that course. But I felt the fear and I stood up anyways. I kind of told myself this little trick that if we have to get up in front of other people and say something, whether it just be something we know or our introduction, that I was gonna raise my hand first. I feel like the only way that I can push past this fear of being vulnerable, all these nerves and this sweatiness and heart palpitations, is that I just get it over with. And in doing that, I really surprised myself and I showed up a lot differently. And after the first couple times of doing that, we had a group exercise and I literally volunteered our group to go first. And everybody looked at me and they're like, what the hell did she just do? And I'm like, it'll be okay, because then we just get it over with and then we're done. And you know what? It's so much easier because I didn't have to sit for another like hour watching other groups go. And I was able to actually like pay attention without being distracted. And so if that's what helps you push past that fear and get to that moment to being vulnerable, then that's what it takes. And honestly, that's what it took for me that week. So I'm glad I did that and I was really proud of myself. I just dove in anyways. And I think I just wanted to create a really authentic experience for myself and really show up vulnerable and be in that experience. And honestly, that was so empowering because here's the magic about it. Vulnerability is where healing happens, and it's how we build trust. It's how we deepen connection. It's how we reclaim the parts of ourselves that we learn to hide. It's truly how we form our tribe. And then I think that word tribe kept coming up for me. It's funny, the universe just speaks. But to top it all off, I ended up going to the Enoch Cree Nation's annual powwow. So that is a local nation, which is not too far away from where I live. And so I went there with my cousin, which was the day after I finished the course. And honestly, it was so beautiful. I truly got to witness firsthand the meaning of tribe. And the community there at Enoch, they do have a longer Cree name, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce because I will butcher it for sure. I still don't know how to say it. But they all come together with other tribes just to celebrate their beautiful culture, like dress, the dancing, the singing, the drums. It was really a magical experience. And I know that the universe or creator, whatever you want to call it, literally put that in my path to really drive home that point of feeling and experiencing being a naturally tribal creature. So my heart has been super full ever since then, and I keep getting the word tribe coming to me, and connection and collaboration, and so I'm truly grateful for all of that experience. And I wanted to share with you guys kind of 3 ways that can help to increase your vulnerability muscle, if you want to call it, and really empower you to feel the fear and just be vulnerable anyways. It changes your DNA. It really does change the cells and everything that's vibrating within you when you feel that and when you move through it. So number 1 is name what you feel, not what you fear. So let me give you an example. Instead of spiraling into what if they judge me, try I feel scared sharing because this really matters to me. I mean, that just changes the whole perspective of it, right? It changes the way you think, and it changes the way you approach the situation that you're really trying to be vulnerable in. So give that one a try. Number 2 is choose safe containers, not just any audience, especially when you're starting off. Not everyone has earned the right to your truth and your most vulnerable stuff. Pick people and spaces where compassion is the norm, not the exception. Start with a trusted friend, maybe a family member, and then as you build that vulnerability muscle, and develop more courage, you can move into a trusted group or really test out your vulnerability muscle within a space that is a little less familiar to you. So start small. And number 3 is exactly that. Start small and celebrate the risks. So vulnerability isn't an all or nothing. Just share a little bit, notice how it feels, and then remind yourself that was really brave. I did it. Look, and it wasn't that bad. And then celebrate it, right? Like give yourself a pat on the back, like give yourself a little whoop whoop and celebrate it as a huge win because that's exactly what it is. And you know what? You might just be surprised on how it's received with compassion and appreciation for just being yourself. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. I am learning that every day. Just be yourself, be honest, be willing, and your small step of being vulnerable might just inspire a ripple effect and create space for someone else to be vulnerable and open as well. So that was just 3 little insights from me, and I hope you took something away from that today. And I know that I definitely took a lot away from really leaning into being vulnerable, facing my fear, doing it anyways, and just the power of being in tribe with other people, being connected by a common thread, and that I'm allowed to show up as myself and still be a part of the tribe. And so that was really powerful. So I hope you took something away from this little chit chat. And if you know someone that would benefit from hearing this message today, please share this episode with them. And I'd love to hear from you. Tell me, what's one small way that you can practice vulnerability today? And what's one way you connect with others? And where do you really feel part of a tribe? I would love to hear about it. Drop me a comment or visit my social pages and leave me a message. All the links are in the show notes. But you can also find me over at kristazaft.com. And yeah, so that's it. That's all I have for you today. So thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to share and get vulnerable with you. And for my tribe, the people in this Becoming Sound arena, I absolutely appreciate you. And I'm so grateful that you take time out of your day to spend a little bit of it with me. So have a fabulous day and enjoy wherever you are.
Thank you for joining me today on another episode of Becoming Sound. If this episode resonated with you in some way, please share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It helps to get this information out to more people who may need it. If you have a sec, I would love a follow on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. While you're there, hit the 5-star rating and give me a review. When you're scrolling, follow me on my social platforms, and I would love to hear your comments and feedback. Have a fabulous day, lots of love and gratitude from me. Please note, the views, information, and opinions expressed during the Becoming Sound podcast series are solely those of the individuals involved. The content of this podcast is to educate, inform, and for entertainment purposes only. This podcast series and the content presented does not constitute for medical or other professional advice or services. If you are in crisis or in need of help, please contact your medical or professional provider.